Hi, I'm going to show you how to play Wicker Man by Maiden. I'm going to show you how you can simplify it if you find it too tricky, and also just as close as I can get to the album version for you. So let's get going with that. I need your power chord shape, so get your claw ready. I'm going to go open 7, 9, 9. That's our E chord that we're going to be opening with. Now, if you've not done much palm muting before, this is a great chance to practice it. It's actually quite fast on the album, but just take it easy, take it slow to build up that speed. And then you're going to go to a C chord, which we're going to play with the root note on the low E string because it's really nearby. Hand doesn't have to move very much, so that's nice. Nice and lazy. 8, 10, 10. So you got just a couple of blasts on the C. And then to a G, it's an up the neck G, with our root on the A string, which means we're going on the 10th fret on the A string. 10, 12, 12. So the intro riff and the verses is C, G, E. Then we're going to move on to the pre-chorus bit where we've got the "You watch the world exploding" to C. So you're on D to C. So 5th fret root to a 3rd fret root through these power chords. You watch the world exploding every single. And then for the night, you've got a din 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 din. And I would encourage you to sing the riff because it can really help you get it into your head. What the hell you need to do with your hands. It's starting high, it's going lower. So let's go to the 10th fret on the A string. That's that G chord we played before. Yes. So you got 10, 9, 7, 5, but with the power chord shape. So those frets are our first finger, and the other fingers can follow, can't they? So. If you want to go for the full fancy version of that riff, we're going to go D. And before you go to the C, you're going to go up to an E, like this. And then you've got the din 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 back to your D. After you've done it does that E, C thing again, or just skip the E if you're feeling like that's too much of a jump, but this is just G, C on the 3rd fret. Then you're back to that. And then, yeah, because we're going to lead into the chorus, we're going to go G, D, 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 D. The chorus chords, if you're just going to be playing along with the chord version, is E. With that rhythm. And then you're going to go C. Then you're going to go G. Down here. So, first time round you go in E, C, G. And then A, so just move it up 2 frets from your lower G. And then you go back to the E, and then up to the G here that we played earlier. And then down to C. And then you do the "Your time will come. And then you're back into your verse again. Right, so underneath the solo section, if you're playing the rhythm underneath the solo, you're going to be going. You're going to be doing that, just looping that in a circle for the first part of it, which is just E, C, G, D. and that'll keep you covered for a minute, and then it switches up. When the solo kicks into gear a bit more after that, after the opening section, it goes to a B chord, and we'll do it on the low E string because we're just going to cycle through it like this. We're going to go. So I tend to go B, A, G, A, or if you want to think of it as numbers, 7, 5, 3, 5. So on the second time through, you're going to, after you've got down to the G, you're going to go C. And there's one right under your fingers, right there, with the root on the 3rd fret on the A string. So that, once more, for the second part of the solo is. And then after you've done that for a bit, we come out into the like sort of the similar solo section as the first part of the solo with the that kind of thing going on. The only bits to show you now would be the little lead bits. So let's go back to the start of the song a little bit. So underneath the choruses with the "Your time will come," while you go and so on. So I think the way I always played it, I'm not sure whether it's quite right, but the notes are right, is on the 12th fret on the B string is where you're going to start, and you're going to go 12, 10, and again 12, 10, so back to 12, so 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, and then you can play that G note, the 12th fret on the G string, so. And the other bit of the riff would be the 12, 10, 12, 13, 12, and then the G on the G string again at the 12th fret. So like that. So you've got 3 lots of the first bit and then 1 of the second bit. There's a couple of different ways you can play it. That's how I've always done it because I found it much easier. But you could do a stretch, you could go. That's too fast for you. That's the way I've always done it anyway. Okay. So I'm not going to labour the point about the solo too much, but I used to like playing the first part of the solo and the out bit, and I used to like noodling around with the middle bit because I thought playing along to Iron Maiden, because generally speaking a lot of the songs are in E, it was really easy to sort of try and come up with my own whatever kind of solos, just to play around with noodling around the pentatonic shapes or even the major scale, whatever it might be I was trying to practice at the time. I would do it alongside to Iron Maiden, but it's nice to go into a solo with like a recorded, a known bit, and then exit it with a known bit. And Iron Maiden do that live as well, they play different solos all the time, but there'll be the bits that, the crowd are going to love because that they enjoy. But if you want a completely accurate tabbed version of it, then I'll put a link in the description and you can go and buy the tab book for the Brave New World album. And there may well be other sources online. But anyway, here's how I approach it. So the solo goes something along the lines of this. At the start, so you got beautiful, it's an E note, so we know that. 7th fret on the A string with your first finger, because we're going to be walking up now. So 7, 9, 10, 7. And then this is great. This is just walking up some scales. Okay, so very roughly you're going to go. Then it goes into the, you know, the section. So you're going to go 12th fret on the B string, because obviously we're starting with that B chord, aren't we? So you're going to, pretty sure, but 12, 10. And it's not like the Wasted Years thing, you know, that kind of idea, but in a solo, because yeah, so you're ending that first bit of the solo on a 17th fret on the B string before you go into the with that's what you're looking for at the start of the solo. Then I would say go nuts, and then towards the end of the solo, again you come back to this. The bit underneath the woes, where it's all a bit slower towards the end, you're going to do an E minor down here, because why would you not? Or, you know, E5 if you want to just do a power chord one. Whoa, into the C5. Whoa, to G. Whoa, to D. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, you could acoustic it up if you want. I reckon that's probably going to be enough to keep you going. If you get stuck in anything or anything doesn't make sense, let me know in the comments. I hope this has been useful, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!